Welcome to the show that we call Idea Talk. म विवेक सिंह ठकुरी। एउटा त्यस्तो कार्यक्रम जसले सोचलाई उद्योगसम्म पुर्याउन थप ऊर्जा प्रदान गर्छ। आजको कार्यक्रममा हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ काजी स्टुडियोका co-founder अनि creative director Kriti Sakya. She lived abroad, she worked abroad, but now she's in Nepal to prove herself. Come on, let's welcome Kriti Sakya. Welcome to the show, Kriti ji. So, Kriti ji, I mean, like, there are a lot of youngsters here, just like say, विदेश जाने अथवा अमेरिका होस्, अस्ट्रेलिया होस्, अथवा जहाँसुकै होस्, अनि गएपछि ग्रीन कार्ड लिने अथवा PR लिने, and then त्यही सेटल हुने भन्ने त्यो ड्रिम बोकेर बसेका हुन्छन्. You've studied abroad and you've come back to Nepal. जानुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ त्यस्तै ड्रिम थियो, at some point of time change भयो अथवा you always knew that you wanted to be back here भनेर?
पहिला त त्यस्तो केही ड्रिमहरु थिएन. I was 16, I just wanted to get out of the country. अनि mom dadहरुलाई पनि धेरै नै persuade गरिसकेपछि मात्र they're like, okay, finally मलाई चाहिँ नि they sent me to the US. अनि I think just staying there, I was just enjoying my life so much. Then one day एकताल चाहिँ नि when on my I think second visit back to Nepal, त्यति बेला चाहिँ नि I felt like there's something that I could contribute. So त्यहाँ design पनि पढेको थियो, masters पनि गरिसकेको थियो, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to come back and do something to contribute or like हुन्छ नि come back to my country. But I think leaving Nepal, I never had the dream to like हुन्छ अब म नेपाल फर्केर आउँछु भनेर चाहिँ कहिले थिएन.
Any specific incidents as such कि दोस्रो चोटि आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ आउनुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्नुको पछाडि केही कारण थियो अथवा?
Actually, personally, I think mom, dad, or pani, after 7 years of visit in Aru, like I've always imagined them being like so like young and after the 7 years of visit, mom and dad pani kosto bura buri Aru bhayo jasto laye, although they don't feel that at heart, but त्यति बेला आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ नि okay, I need to come back. They've done so much for me in my entire life, so के त गर्नु पर्यो भनेर it's like time to see if I can at least be closer to them and see how they grow old together.
Sure. So it's been 6 years, ain't that?
It's been
to be
6
precise.
years.
6 वर्षमा कहिले लागेछ ती दिन आएको छ कि maybe wrong भयो कि decision भन्ने?
All the time. But I think slowly you sort of start accepting your new life and you try to move on. But just there's a lot of times business-wise, pani, family-wise, pani, where you are like, oh, ekdamai सकेन. I think that's always another option, going back to the US or हुन्छ नि that's an easier life. नेपालमा बस्नु चाहिँ अलि गाह्रै छ तर it's always been राम्रै भन्नु पर्ला.
Yeah, I mean like you're an entrepreneur. आउन साथ यो खुलिहाल्ने सोच कहाँबाट आयो? I mean कुनै यहाँ पनि धेरै एजेन्सीजहरु छन् हैन नेपालमा एक्जिस्टिङ एजेन्सीजहरु छन् बरु कोही काम गरौँ भन्ने नआएर चाहिँ हैन आफ्नै खोलौँ भन्ने सोच चाहिँ किन कसरी आयो?
I think when I came back के भन्छ for my second visit, because I went through a design background, मैले जहिले पनि hoarding boards हेर्थ्यो, TV ads हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ there was a huge lack in design त्यति बेला. अनि so I think त्यति बेला चाहिँ I felt like okay, I can contribute something हुन्छ नि. So फर्केर आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ नि I tried to get a job, तर again there wouldn't be anything that I'll be doing anything differently than it's already being done. So that's why we decided to open Kazi Studios. Afnai job, I mean like to have a company that you can promote what you want to do and say. त्यति बेला डिजाइनमा धेरै पैसा पनि त्यो भइरहेको थिएन. People weren't charging for design, and I think I wanted to shift the paradigm. कि design को लागि पनि पैसा लाग्छ. अब like I give an example to all of my clients. T-shirtहरु किन्दाखेरि plain T-shirt किन्दाखेरि 250 लिन्छ. अब design हालेर किन्दाखेरि त्यही T-shirt 700 800 1500 लिन सकिन्छ हैन. So what are they actually paying for?
Around 2010 देखि 2016, 6 years को journey with your studio, Kazi Studios. Day 1 बाट आजको day मा you as a person Kazi Studio को co-founder को हिसाबमा भन्नु पर्दाखेरि नेपालको जुन यो डायनामिक्स छ नेपालको मार्केट बुझिसके पश्चात के चेन्जेस आएको छ आफुमा?
पहिला त I think we were the first studio that actually charged only for design को लागि हामीहरूको media buying हरू केही गर्दैन हैन सिर्फ डिजाइन को लागि मात्र हामीले यति पैसा लिन्छ भनेर so that shift in paradigm slowly भइराछ हामीले अहिले सम्म एडभर्टाइज गरे छैन हामीहरूको एजेन्सी को बारेमा yet people find us some way or the other word of mouth भएर चाहिँ आइरा हुन्छ अनि I think within the 6 years, I've seen a couple of other companies that's popped up similar to our model. So I think we're doing something right where shifting mancheharko bichar a little bit, saying this costs money. I think the more people are, okay, we need to have something designed, mancheharle design heरेर they're going to buy, भनेर सोच चाहिँ अलि बदलिरहेछ
So अब creative agency भनेर कुरा भनेपछि it's more of designs पनि हामीले कुरा गरिहाल्यौँ हैन यो मार्केटको अहिलेको कन्टेक्स्ट हेर्दाखेरि छोटै समयमा भए पनि किनभने ओभरअल मार्केटको कुरा गर्नु पर्दाखेरि 6 इयर्स रिलेटिभली थोरै समय भन्नु पर्ला हैन केही चेन्जेस आएको देख्नु भएको छ यहाँले द वे द क्लाइन्ट्स थिंक ओर अब चाहिँ डिजाइनलाई पे गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने भावना रियलाइजेसन अथवा त्यस्तो केही चेन्जेस फिल भएको छ मार्केटमा
भएको छ just because they've experienced their competitors जसले चाहिँ नि चेन्जेसहरू ल्याइरहेछ अनि they're doing well too. A lot of people they're coming back from the US too or from other countries and they've started with their mom and dad business or like started working and that understands the value of design itself too. So त्यो गरेर पनि all of our clients most of them are returnees from other countries जसले चाहिँ नि यही के गर्न मन लागेको or like they want to try something new भनेर चाहिँ नि गरिरहेछ so shift त भइरहेछ clients हरूको विचार everything else.
Sure, Kriti ji. I mean like you know when we talk about agency be it creative agency or media release buying agency or I mean like an agency which provides all the services related to advertising अब उनीहरुकोमा पनि creative component रहन्छ नि हैन they do design ads and stuff and that's what you do as well यसमा काजीको innovation चाहिँ कहाँनिर रहन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ so what is that innovation that you add to the designs
well I think it just depends on an upgraded taste भनौं न we are starting to be more global we are starting to get into like global designs and a lot of the ad agencies over here it's just targeted towards Nepali audience tara hamirko design lera chai ni what we've learned from the US tyo lera aera chai ni I think we've given a different taste of design a different way of perceiving things also modernizing the design a little bit.
Like you mentioned that you know most of the agencies who come up with creatives, their creatives are targeted more towards the Nepali audience. We talked about the fact that you've got multinational clients, especially bilateral agencies and INGOs. So are you actually consciously making that decision that you would be catering to multinationals and INGOs or is it that they've found you more appealing or is that a strategy in itself that you're like saying okay I actually don't want to work for companies like indigenous Nepali companies who are targeting Nepali audience I would just want to work for you know kids who've returned from US and the multinationals?
No, I think design is such a way that it's a taste. So people or I think agencies who want to work with us, they like our design style. That's why they keep coming back to us. It's simple, it's functional. Our key audience is, we ask who the target audience is and what's the purpose for the design. Tyo anusar we cater the design accordingly. But, I think surprisingly so, a lot of INGOs, a lot of people who've come back from different countries have a similar liking to our design style. We do have a lot of Nepali corporate clients too, but I see the trend where they are like ads and they try to micromanage. Oh, your design यहाँ राख्दै your photo यहाँ राख्दै अनि त्यसपछि fontsहरु यस्तो यस्तो कलर गरिदियो भनेर. But we really don't work that way. What we try to do is understand के को लागि हो अनि also what's purpose is this flyer serving. अब भनौं तपाईले चाहिँ नि मेरो यो प्रोग्राम गरिरहेछ यो फ्लायर गर्नु पर्यो. I'm like what program it is and is flyer really necessary for your business भनेर पनि कुरा हुन्छ. They want something takeaway. So what we do is try to understand each and every part of what you're doing, your project, and then try to come up with the best solution तपाईको लागि. कि त मोबाइलमै गर्ने हो कि हैन वेबमा गर्ने हो कि अनि maybe the flyer or the brochure option isn't the best option for you. There are a lot of Nepali corporations, they really do micromanage our design and we are just not that type of company.
जस्तो हामी आइडियाको कुरा गर्दा अथवा सोचको कुरा गर्दा जसलाई उद्योगसम्म पुर्याउनु पर्छ भन्ने किनभने यो कार्यक्रम त्यहीसँग सम्बन्धित छ हैन कुनै पनि सोचलाई उद्योगसम्म कसरी पुर्याउने भन्ने विषयमा र यहाँ आउनुहुने जति पनि गेस्टहरु हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरु जहिले पनि इनोभेसनको कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ केही न केही आउट अफ द बक्स हुनै पर्छ त्यही इन्डस्ट्री भित्र पनि प्रेजेन्टेसन कुड बी डिफरेन्ट स्ट्र्याटेजी कुड बी डिफरेन्ट भन्ने कुराहरु आउँछ एन्ड व्हाट सेट्स यु अपार्ट फ्रम योर कम्पिटिटर्स भन्ने कुरा आउँछ त्यसपछि हैन अब यहाँले हेर्नु हुँदाखेरि यसो सरसर्ती सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ there are a lot of agencies, but not a lot of agencies are offering the kind of services that you're offering. So, but then I don't have a complete picture, so it'd be nice to know direct competitors. Is it conscious decision to move on from the mainstream advertising to something different to make yourself more innovative, or to for that USP, the selling point, or how is it working for you?
I think initially when we started Saini, there weren't a lot of competitors. We are the only company that actually just charged for design. And I think the hardest struggle was trying to find people who actually design ko महत्व छ भनेपछि अनि त्यो गर्छु भनेर. But after that, I think a couple of other competitors, I saw a lot of other people, companies that were starting to sprout. So yes, we do have competitors, but a business should never be stagnant. So I think what we're trying to do is develop products that solves the market problems. That's within our reach. For example, Hamile, we've launched, or we're trying to launch something called Smart Macall. And it's a remote controlled extension wire, as I would call it. And like for example, hamiko load shedding problems, so there is tons of other problems. And what we're trying to do is, can we plug the device into the extension wire and see, and it could be remotely controlled too. So, tapai office ma hununcha ani gharma basera pani कसले तान्नु पर्छ हैन कोही त हुनु पर्यो. So what we do is that extension wire, it actually plugs into your pani tani machine, and then you can remotely control from your office saying pani 20 minutes सम्म तान्दिनु होला भनेर.
कहिले लाग्यो कृतिजी कि कम्पिटिसनमा पर्दाखेरि अथवा किनभने नयाँ निच मार्केटलाई टार्गेट गर्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो हैन जुन चाहिँ अब अहिले पनि स्टिल टफ छ होला भन्न चाहन्छु किनभने मान्छेले प्याकेज खोज्ने टेन्डेन्सी अथवा त्यो ट्रेडिसनल मार्केट त्यही नै छ हैन रिलिजदेखि लिएर डिजाइनदेखि लिएर एभ्रिथिङ गरिदियोस् एउटै वान स्टप सोल्युसन होस् भन्ने हैन हामीले चाहिँ we probably need to do that as well, a little bit of release, a little bit of production in terms of jingles and television ads as well. When feel bio, did you
yes,
think
I think we were in that phase where should we get into a full-fledged marketing agency? Should we just stick to our core competency? And we asked advice to a lot of gurus who's been in the industry for that long. And in the end, it's just you need to love what you do, and I'm not a marketing person or not the media person per se. So I think we stuck to doing just design, but we do work a lot with other ad agencies that the company or the client works with. So we try to provide the best medium or solution for them, and they sort of execute the rest of the campaign, I guess.
Okay, and so what's the vision for Kazi Studios? I mean, like 5 years, 10 years down the line, where do you see your organization?
I think it's ever evolving. Kazi Studios, we've already targeted design a lot. I think the vision would be, it's see as you go. yes, ultimately I would want to be in that position where, you know, we integrate a lot of the web and interactive media. But I think creating our own product and then seeing where it goes from there on, I think that's where we want to head towards, rather than going towards the media side.
जस्तो यो कार्यक्रममा हामी त्यही आइडिया स्टुडियोसँग एसोसिएटेड छौँ र आइडिया स्टुडियोमा धेरै एस्पायरिङ एन्टरप्रेन्योर्सहरू आउँछन्, आइडियाज लिएर आउँछन्, यङ्स्टर्सहरू प्राइमेरली, हुन त एज इज नो बार, अनि कतिजना चाहिँ डिजाइनिङमा पनि एफिसियन्ट हुन्छन् होइन, तर डिजाइनिङलाई नै प्रोफेसनको रूपमा अगाडि बढाउन सकिन्छ अथवा डिजाइनिङमै इनोभेसन क्रिएट गरेर एउटा एन्टरप्रेन्योर हुन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ धेरैजना त्यसमा अझै कन्भिन्स छैनन् होइन. You could be a fine example of how you could actually be an entrepreneur being you know, your expertise as a core designing होइन. So what would be your suggestion to them? Market कस्तो छ, if they really want to do something in designing र उनीहरू क्रिएटिभ छन् भनेदेखि can they actually get into it, or how should they get into it? What would be your take on that?
I think designers are the most sorted out. We've been trying to hire a lot of designers, and especially design market is such that it's required for each and every company. So it is, I would say, एकदमै चाहिने कुरै हो नेपालमा, तर एकदमै less paid भएको हुनाले चाहिँ नि a lot of designers, they end up good designers, they end up going abroad कि त हुन्छ नि, they change their profession to have something that earns a little bit more. But I think design, anyone who is just starting out design, I think they should go to design school. Like you arts pani kholecha, Kathmandu University for Arts. I think getting that basic foundation level for design is very important. Else you're just going to be a Bagh Bazaar designer where you're just executing just because you know Photoshop. But I think the elements of design are, and it needs to be studied. It needs to, and there is a tremendous career ahead. I mean, like potential चाहिँ नि नेपालमा चाहिँ नि धेरै नै छ डिजाइन को लागि.
So you would say scope छ, आफ्नै अझै धेरै डिजाइन हाउसहरू चाहिँ हामीले अब्जर्भ गर्न सक्ने मार्केट छ हामीसँग.
Yes, definitely. And also what I would tell is if like don't pay your designers less. के आफैले गर्न सक्छ भनेर चाहिँ नि यो त आफैले गर्न सक्छ भनेर a lot of people are paying very less for the designers, and it's actually very needed in our industry. Even from starting from small businesses to like bigger corporations. It's one of the main requirements to execute a product or any sort of campaign that you want to sell. That I think, yeah, scope that there is.
Okay, sure. Tell us something very honestly, Kriti. You know, your organization is still evolving, growing. The initial stage may bako sthiti bhavanale ma yo sodhaichu and expecting an honest answer from this. So, अब कहिले लाग्छ आफूलाई कि you know, designing लाई मैले पेशा बनाए, त्यसपछि व्यापार बनाए र शायद रङ गरे कि भन्ने कहिले त्यस्तो ब्रेक इभन पोइन्ट मतलब त्यो, you know, at times when you feel like, oh, come on, I probably a wrong decision made in life. Just the feeling, sir.
No, I think I love designing, and I think everyone should do what they love. So in the end, you don't have a feeling like that.
Question say mo yo design सँग entrepreneurship सँग जोडेर सोध्दैछु. You could have chosen to work for maybe like companies. There are a few multinational companies, हैन. So the designerलाई राम्रै पे नि ठिकै पनि पे गर्छन्, हैन. Decent पे गर्छन् नेपालको पे स्ट्यान्डर्ड्सबाट. म त क्याम्पो गर्नुपर्ने थियो कि म आफै एन्टरप्रेन्योर भएर चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ धेरै अब पे स्यालेरीको टेन्सन लिनु पर्यो, यसको टेन्सन लिनु पर्यो भन्ने फिल हुन्छ.
Of course, all the time. अब initially त सुरु गर्दाखेरि त the कस्तो गर्छ भने नेपालमा, like being a small business owner, हैन, we started with दुईटा ल्यापटपहरु, me and my husband, we were just working, अनि then the cash flow आउनलाई चाहिँ नि धेरै नै problem हुन्थ्यो. So we were on the phone, please payment दिनु, or like हुन्छ नि. And I think that cash flow नभएको हुनाले चाहिँ नि धेरै नै struggle गर्नु पर्यो initially. So what we do is अहिले चाहिँ नि all of our vendors, we pay them on time because we understand how hard it is to actually work in Nepal. So we सबैजनालाई on time payment दिन्छु, even though the cash hasn't been coming in from the client side. Yes, there were some times when we weren't even taking a salary and we had to pay our staff.
यो गाह्रो परेको बेलामा चाहिँ what keeps you going?
I think just like it's hard to answer that just because when you're in a situation like that, you just know that you have to keep going, else अब के गर्ने US फर्केर जाने, it doesn't make sense. Again, go through that struggle in the US again. So it's you just motivate yourself, and then having a partner, you just motivate each other, saying that गर्न सकिहाल्छ नि, it's not a biggie, it's just a phase in life. त्यसपछि त भइहाल्छ नि भनेर. So likewise, we've struggled for like 6 years. And
sure. So, thank you so much, Kriti ji, for joining us, and wish you all the best for your company.
Thank you.